Hello, strangers. Okay, so I was thinking a lot about where I am compared to where I was and where I'm going. And I was thinking about my situation and how I needed people to help me, but I couldn't get it out enough to get people to help me until the very end. And I was thinking on how come it took so long to get out? How come it took so long for me to open up and tell people about it? How come it took so long for me to feel confident and brave enough to admit that this man was beating me? And the thing that really held me down was the victim shaming, how everyone said it was my fault, and the embarrassment. I mean, the embarrassment was huge. Coming out and showing people how I behaved and how I acted and how I wasn't perfect, it didn't make me feel good either. Showing my family and allowing them to see that I was in this situation, that their baby was in this situation, and a man had put her there. It's hard to admit and come out about. And I was just thinking on what I could do to help people, to help women, to help men, to help children who are in this kind of situation, who has an abusive family member or friend that is doing this to them, and they just feel trapped and they can't get out. And the only thing I could come up with that could help anyone through this channel was to write a letter. Just write a letter. Put all your feelings, put all your thoughts, put down events, put down actual things that you are going through that are so difficult and you don't know how to tell anyone. Just write it all down, journal it out, write it on some paper in a notebook, and take that paper and that notebook and those writings and put them in an envelope. Don't proofread it. Don't read it over. Don't think about it. Just put it in an envelope and seal it. And then I want you to put an address of someone that really cares about you. And I want you to put a Post-it stamp on it and store it away. And forget about it. Don't think about it. Just forget about it. So the next time you're in a situation and your father or your mother or your husband or your wife or your sibling or your cousin or whoever gets into an abusive manner and you get to that point of, I can't take this anymore. This is the last straw. Just take the letter and drop it off in the mailbox. Put it in one of those blue ones that are locked and you can't get into. Drop it off where you can't get it. Don't just put it in the mailbox and be like, oh, they'll pick it up tomorrow too. Because that gives you some time to go get that letter back. Don't give yourself a second chance. Go put it in a mailbox and forget about it. So when that person reads the letter and reads everything and reads your real emotions that are really happening to you as you're writing that letter, maybe they'll take action and they'll help you and they'll reach out a hand, and not in the I'm sorry that's happening to you, but I can't do anything kind of way, or in the why'd you let yourself get that way, or in the it's your fault kind of way. When they read that, hopefully they'll reach out and they'll be like, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. I'm going to take you in. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you out. Because unfortunately, these people don't have the means to get out themselves. These people don't always have the power and the self-confidence and the bravery to say, this is the situation I'm in and I need you to get me out of it. I need you to help me because I can't do it on my own and I need your help. And without telling people and with hiding it and being humiliated by it, nothing's ever going to change. So you need to tell somebody, and if doing it in a room by yourself with a pen and pencil is the only way, then just do that. Put it in an envelope, put it in the mailbox, send it off, and forget about it. You don't have to do it right away, but at least start writing it down. Because after reading and going through everything and seeing all the texts that I saved from years ago and the pictures of all my black eyes and my busted lips, I started to put together a file full of just abuse. And at first it was just like a paragraph, and then it became a page, and then it became multiple pages, and then it became this big filing box of abuse and pain and humiliation and control and embarrassment and disgracing me and just awful things. And the box became so big that eventually things started to leak out to people. And eventually, when something leaked out, I told people. And once I told people, it just started to grow that this is not right. This is not okay. I shouldn't be in this. I shouldn't be treated this way. I should get out. I should start planning. I need to protect me. I need to protect my children. I need to protect my assets. I need to protect everything around me. They're not only going after me now, they're going after my family and my friends. No one wanted to come visit me because they were too scared of him. When my parents came to my house to visit me, they used to always ask, should I get a hotel so Mike doesn't freak out? That shouldn't be how it is. But unfortunately, that's how it was. And while people knew that my relationship was bad and rocky, they didn't see what happened behind closed doors. And they didn't see how bad things really got. And when I was brave enough to try to reach out to people, I didn't reach out to the right people. I didn't want to burden my mother. I didn't want to burden my father. I didn't want to burden anyone with what I was going through, because I knew if I had to leave right then, at that very moment, they would have to come get me, and they would have to take me in, and they would have to support me 100%, and I was going to lose a good job with good benefits, and I wasn't going to be able to afford to take my children to the hospital when they needed their wellness checkups, and I wasn't going to be able to feed them or clothe them, and I was going to rely on them for everything. And losing that job on that spot meant that I couldn't get any job in that field again if I didn't give them proper notice or get a transfer like I was supposed to. And that was so scary for me. But they would have done it if I was brave enough to tell them. So the biggest thing I can do for people is just start writing it down, put it in an envelope, and put addresses to people that care and stick a stamp on it. And then when you're brave enough, send those out. And I hope it helps. I hope it helps somebody. Because I needed the help back then, but I didn't feel like I had it. So I had to do it on my own. And I could have relied on my friends and my family and made them and forced them to take care of me. But I was too proud to let them do that. So I hope this helps, and I hope somebody does it. And I hope somebody tells somebody else what you're going through. Because they deserve to know just as much as you do. Sitting here now, listening to my mother tell me and come in the middle of the night and check in on me and ask me if I'm okay, and that she had no idea that he was that bad, just breaks my heart. And the fact that even I, in that situation, would just close myself into my own mind, escape into my own imagination to pretend like it wasn't as bad as it was, so that I could survive another day, that just shouldn't happen. It's not okay. And I hope that everyone that's in these kind of situations gets help and gets out. You can't do it alone, even though you have to. But any support you can get from those who love you does make a difference. If my mother wasn't here housing me right now so that I can get on my feet and afford my own place again, then I'd be in a homeless shelter without my children. Because they do take your children for being in homeless shelters. I've had people come up to me and tell me that. I've never been in a homeless shelter because I wouldn't allow it. Because I wouldn't let my children be taken away. But it does happen. So I hope this helps, and I hope you do it. I'll see you next time.